Scott Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
God save the Queen, man.
Still, no one knows why. I guess the White House excuse yesterday was that he was specifically addressing someone in the crowd.
What?
Yeah. What? Yeah. I don't know if there was a Brit in the crowd, and he's like, for that person, God save the Queen. And what queen are we talking about? The Queen Consort? The dead queen? What do you...
Yeah, the speech was in Connecticut.
Bizarre. So...
Strange.
Yeah. Yesterday, Secretary of State met with Chinese President Xi Jinping, and then Blinken had this to say about Taiwan, which is fascinating.
On Taiwan, I reiterated the long-standing U.S. One China policy. That policy has not changed.
I see.
It's guided by the Taiwan Relations Act, the 3 joint communiques, the 6 assurances. We do not support Taiwan independence. We remain opposed to any unilateral changes to the status quo by either side. We continue to expect the peaceful resolution of cross-strait differences.
We do not support Taiwan's independence. Thought we were going to fight for Taiwan's independence if it ever became necessary. But that says no. No, we're not. So I guess they're on their own, right? At least as far as we're concerned.
So today is June 20th. When does the arrival begin? June 21st?
Yeah.
I think we're at.
I mean, that is unbelievable. I know they keep harping on this one China policy, but I've never heard it spelled out that clearly before.
Yeah.
We do not support Taiwan's independence.
Full stop.
Wow.
Okay.
Incredible.
Oh, yeah, look at that. All right. Look at that body language there.
Yeah.
Wow, that is. And he made Blinken walk up to him. He just stopped and he was just like, yeah, you're coming to me.
Wow.
My gosh.
And he's not even looking at him. Not even looking at him. It's like, here. All right. I'll shake your hand sideways. Not going to acknowledge who you are, though.
I know.
Jeez.
This administration.
It's so bad. And then, of course, there was Biden's excuses for China over the weekend.
On China, Mr. President, can Secretary Blinken ease tensions with China on this trip, do you think?
Sure, well, look.
Look.
China has some legitimate difficulties unrelated to the United States. And I think one of the things that balloon caused was not so much that it got shot down, but I don't think the leadership knew where it was, and knew what was in it, and knew what was going on. It was more embarrassing than it was intentional.
It's more embarrassing than it was intentional to China.
He literally said that?
Yeah.
I swear this guy.
Yeah. It's unbelievable.
That's how a communist nation works. The leadership has no idea what's happening in their country.
Oopsie daisies. Did we send a spy balloon over your entire nation photographing every key facility you have on the continent? Yeah, sorry. Our bad. We didn't mean to do that. We just didn't know where it was. What? How stupid do you think we are? And man, does that show you what kind of, I don't know, payment he's getting from the Chinese? Jeez. Hello? That is amazing. Plus, they won't, they will not blame China for the Wuhan situation, for COVID. They won't blame the Chinese lab for that. They won't even talk about the fact that the virus came from China in the first place. So, yeah, China's in the clear as far as this administration's concerned. Then Biden headed to Hollywood to fundraise, and aboard Air Force One, KJP was asked about the meeting Blinken had.
Yeah, before we play these, because we have, I think, 3 of these audio clips. So whenever KJP is talking to the press on Air Force One, it's audio only. Like, Is it impossible to? Do they just not allow a camera? Maybe that's protocol. A camera inside Air Force One. That's weird.
I don't know.
I mean, it's just I don't know. It seems weird.
But here she is, asked about the meeting Blinken had with Xi Jinping.
Clarifying question. So are you saying that President Biden has not yet spoken with Secretary Blinken after his meetings?
So what I can say is he's been kept abreast by the National Security Council, regular communication with them. Once the Secretary lands, comes back, gets back to the U.S., he'll have a full briefing from him.
He hasn't talked to him yet. Okay. All right. Well, but he's going to be kept abreast.
Yeah.
She really likes that phrase.
She does.
Something there.
So when might Biden meet with President Xi himself?
Oh.
When might that happen?
That's a good question.
Okay. And it went a little something like this.
On when the president could actually meet with President Xi or have a call anytime soon.
So I don't have anything to read out at this time. So the president's looking to do that sometimes down the road. I just don't have anything specific or any timeline to zero in on for you all today.
Okay.
Okay, hold on. I can't with this chick. I'm sorry I'm getting hung up on every little detail in her speech pattern. But just like a breathing room, she has nothing at this times. She makes it plural. She did it twice in that.
I didn't notice that. Play that again.
That's just frustrating. And then she says timelines. It's weird. I don't know.
Is there any updates on when the president could actually meet with President Xi or have a call anytime soon?
So I don't have anything to read out at this time. The president's looking to do that sometimes down the road. I just don't have anything specific or any
sometimes
timelines
down
to
the
zero
road
in on for you all today.
No, you're right.
3 times in that.
Bizarre. That is weird. She can't speak right.
I would love to know how she learned to speak English.
Jeez.
I don't know.
Oh, man.
You got to train up your communist infiltrators a little bit better.
Right.
They're letting it slip over at the program.
Jeez. I mean, she's the White House spokesperson. She should have English down pretty well, you would think. But
how many different phrases has she messed up?
She's mangled. I don't know how many.
We've done.
I don't know how many.
We've played like a 13-minute video of her screwing up.
Yeah.
So many words.
Yep. And there was one point when KJP reminded us about how great Joe Biden really is.
Oh, good.
Yeah. I think if you look at what the president has done the last 2 years, it is more than any other president has done ever.
No.
Right?
Well.
Yeah, let's think this through.
In a bad way, yes. Yes, you're right about that. If you're looking for destruction of the country issues, yes, he's done more to destroy this country than any other president ever has in the first 2 years.
So she may have told the truth there.
Yeah, she actually did. She actually did. She didn't mean to, but she did.
Kind of backed into that one.
Jeez. And Joe Biden literally has no idea what year it is.
That's true.
As usual.
And maybe most important, I've committed that by 2020, we will have conserved 30% of all the lands and waters the United States has jurisdiction over and simultaneously reduce emissions to blunt climate impact.
So we've got that going for us by 2020?
Yeah.
Huh. Is that like soon Africa will hit 1 billion people thing in 2009? Is that what that's all about?
That's what that is.
I mean, seriously, this guy has no idea what year it is, where he is, what's happening.
And I don't think that's a throwaway line.
No.
I truly think the man he
doesn't know.
Back and forth. Sometimes he's here, sometimes he's not.
Yep.
There's a term for that, and I think it disqualifies you to be president of the United States.
You think?
I think so.
Yeah. Me too, but
who are we?
We're not the ones.
We're
not the ones that decide.
Voters.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's all we are. Jeez. After his speech, Congresswoman Anna Eshoo physically pulled Biden across the stage.
Hilarious. Look, you know that when the speech is over, the man needs a guide, right?
Yep.
They always have some
Every single
rando
time.
walk by who's like, this way, moron. And she must have volunteered for that position. And boy, she played this part very well. Watch this. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to come over here. Right, come on. I'm not letting go of your hand, old man. I mean, look, we're at a nursing home. We're literally at a nursing home. Embarrassing.
Oh, man. Jeez. Because he can't do it.
Yeah.
He can't do it.
If she didn't physically drag him across that stage, he would have never made it there.
No, he would not have. It's absolutely astounding.
The state of our nation, man.
Oh,
how quickly
it's bad.
It has fallen.
Yeah, it's bad. Meanwhile, Donald Trump was on Fox News yesterday with Bret Baier. Man, there was a lot going on in that interview.
Yes.
I mean, an awful lot. He was asked what he would do if he were president again by Bret Baier.
Boy, it wasn't that long ago when times were good in this country, huh?
Yeah.
Right. Let's see. Let's hear this.
We asked viewers to send in questions on social media. We had a ton of responses. Here's one of them. Erica tweets this. What is the first thing you will do to turn this country around if you get elected?
Well, I do two simultaneously. I'd start drilling. We have the most liquid gold under our feet than any other country, more than Saudi Arabia, more than Russia. And that's going to bring down the pressure on inflation. And we're going to have very little inflation very soon. We had virtually none when I was president. And second, I'd close up the border, because we can't have prisoners and people from mental institutions coming into our country. They're emptying out from all over the world, not just from the 3 or 4 countries we talk about, the neighboring countries all over the world. They're coming into our country at levels that nobody's ever seen before, Brett, and we have to stop it. And they are emptying out their prisons, and they're emptying out their mental institutions and insane asylums into the U.S., and we're not a dumping ground. I would stop it immediately and get a lot of the bad ones out. We'd get them out very quickly.
Okay.
I mean, you could fix a lot of things real quickly with a new president.
Sure could.
Because you saw how quickly they changed with this president, Biden.
Right.
For the worse. So
that's right.
There's some hope there, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. He was also asked about his previous administration and, some of the people in it, because if you remember correctly, he hires the best people.
That's right.
He hires the best people.
I've heard him say that.
Yes, multiple times. I hire the best people. So Bret Baier went through some of the best people he's hired.
Oh, no.
Your Vice President, Mike Pence, is running against you. Yeah. Your Ambassador to the United Nations, Nikki Haley, she's running against you. Your former Secretary of State, Mike Pompeo, said he's not supporting you. You mentioned National Security Advisor John Bolton. He's not supporting you either. You mentioned Attorney General Bill Barr, says you shouldn't be president again, calls you the consummate narcissist and troubled man. You recently called Barr a gutless pig. Your second Defense Secretary is not supporting you, called you irresponsible. This week, you and your White House called your White House Chief of Staff, John Kelly, weak and ineffective and born with a very small brain. You called your acting White House Chief of Staff, Mick Mulvaney, a born loser. You called your first Secretary of State, Rex Tillerson, dumb as a rock. And your first Defense Secretary, James Mattis, the world's most overrated general. You called your White House Press Secretary, Kayleigh Kennedy, milquetoast. And multiple times you've referred to your Transportation Secretary, Elaine Chao, as Mitch McConnell's China-loving wife. So why did you hire all of them in the first place?
Because I hired 10 to 1 that were fantastic.
10 to 1 that were fantastic.
Yeah. I love how Trump didn't interrupt him.
Yeah.
Yeah, keep going. No, this is good. I like this. It's kind of fun.
It really was kind of fun, actually.
Especially when he got to the stuff Trump had said about him.
Oh, that was great. What did he call Barr? A fat pig?
Oh, I don't know.
Stupid pig? Some kind of pig. That was interesting. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Barr, this was not a softball interview with him.
No, there's a lot here, like you said.
Yeah. I mean, he asked him about the documents.
The only way NARA could ever get this stuff, this back, would be please, could we have it back?
And they
please,
asked for that.
because they have no. We
they
were
did
talking.
Ask for it.
No, and
they said,
I gave
"Can
them
you give the
some,
documents back?"
And we were talking.
And then they said they went to DOJ to subpoena you to get them
which
back.
They've never done before.
Right.
And in
but
all
why not
fairness,
just hand them over then?
Because I had boxes. I want to go through the boxes and get all my personal things out. I don't want to hand that over to NARA yet. And I was very busy, as you've sort of seen.
Yeah, but
I've
according to
been
the
very
indictment,
busy.
you then tell this aide to move to other locations after telling your lawyers to say you'd fully complied with the subpoena when you hadn't.
But before I send boxes over, I have to take all of my things out. These boxes were interspersed with all sorts of things.
Okay, so he was very, very busy and didn't have time to go through the boxes. So that's why he didn't turn them over. We'll see if that explanation flies. I'm guessing it won't. But he was also pushed really hard on what happened in the election in 2020.
First of all, I won in 2020 by a lot, okay? Let's get that straight. I won in 2020.
You know that this,
and if you look at all of the tapes, if you look at everything that you want to look at, you take a look at Truth to Vote, where they have people stuffing the ballot boxes on tapes, or
Mr. President,
let's go to recent. Well, wait a minute. Let's go to recent. FBI Twitter. Let's go to recent. The 51 agents, all corrupt stuff, Brett.
Understand about the Hunter Biden,
no, but
all
that's cheating
fair
on the
things.
election.
But
that's cheating on the election.
You lost the 2020 election.
Brett, you take a look at all of the stuffed ballots. You take a look at all of the things, including things like the 51 intelligence agents.
There were recounts in all of the swing states. There was not significant widespread
We're trying to get recounts, real recounts, not just numbers of votes
widespread
cast.
corruption. There was not a sense of that. There were lawsuits, more than 50 of them, by your lawyers, some in front of judges that you appointed.
He's, you're not going to win that battle with Trump because he's just not going to. He's not going to concede. He is not going to concede. It's interesting, though, that the GOP and Trump have both said, all right, we're going to get behind early voting. And we're going to get behind mail-in voting. Because if that's the way the game must be played, we're going to have to play it now. So at least they've committed to doing that. Yeah. At least, they're going to have to do all the things the Democrats do. Gathering up people and taking them to the polls, the ballot harvesting, all of that kind of stuff is going to have to be done.
That was a very tough interview. If you get a chance to watch all of that there with Bret Baier. Did you see that MSNBC President Rashida Jones indicated on Monday she would be open to having former President Trump on for a town hall event on MSNBC?
Wow.
And already the left is freaking out.
Bet they are. I'll bet they are. Because he destroyed CNN.
I think that this is almost a power play by MSNBC to say, yeah, we have that margin for risk that CNN does not. Mm-hmm. In other words, look at us now. We're beating Fox in some time slots. Mm-hmm. Look at us. I mean, if we upset our base on the left, where are they going to go? They're going to go back to CNN after what CNN pulled?
Right.
I mean, this is interesting. So,
it is.
Giving an audience to Donald Trump. I mean, that's the thing about the left, man. Oh, my gosh. They say that they're intellectual and they're smarter than us, but yet you've got, and we'll talk about this later, I'm sure, Peter Hotez refuses to debate RFK Jr. on vaccines. When push comes to shove, they don't want the debate.
No, they never debate. They never, you look at Al Gore, who is such an expert on climate change. He will never debate anybody who feels differently than him. He wouldn't debate Michael Schellenberger. He wouldn't come on this show. He wouldn't go on Glenn's show. He would never do that. Never do that. He's got to go into friendly territory where everybody believes in man-caused catastrophic climate change. It's the same with all these buffoons. But Trump is willing to go on CNN because he knows he can control the discussion. He's willing to go on MSNBC. I'll bet he'll take him up on that offer. Why wouldn't he? Yeah, go destroy them too. That would be awesome. That'd be great. All right, let me tell you about Eden Pure Thunderstorm. You can purify the air in your home. You can get healthy, clean, fresh-smelling air, eliminate odors, kill mold and mildew, and bacteria and viruses without just covering things up with a perfumey smell. Man, I can't take that. And that's not what Eden Pure Thunderstorm air purifiers do. They destroy these odors. They clean up the air. They use oxy technology that sends O3 molecules into the air. Those seek out odors and pollutants in your home, and it destroys them. Doesn't just mask them, cover up bad odors and pollutants. It eliminates them. So right now, you can save $200 on an Eden Pure Thunderstorm 3-pack for whole home protection. You're going to love this. You get 3 units under $200, which is a fraction of the cost compared to other air purifiers that can go for over $600. Put one in whatever room you need to smell fresh and clean. Maybe you've got a litter box or some similar problem. This will take care of it. Go to EdenPureDeals.com. Put the discount code PAT in to save $200. That's EdenPureDeals.com. Discount code PAT. Shipping is free.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Meanwhile, Chris Christie had a message about Donald Trump yesterday.
I will do what I need to do to be up on that stage to try to save my party and save my country from going down the road of being led by three-time loser Donald Trump. Loser in 2018 by losing the House, loser in 2020 by losing the White House and the United States Senate, and the worst midterm performance we've seen in a long, long time, led by Donald Trump-selected candidates with Donald Trump as the main issue in many of those races. Loser, loser, loser.
Wow. Okay. Takes one to know one, Chris.
Yeah, oh my gosh. Jeez. That's the pot calling the kettle black, isn't it? Congresswoman Stacey Plaskett talked about Trump as well and had quite a Freudian slip herself.
Having Trump not only have had the codes, but now having the classified information for Americans and being able to put that out and share it in his resort with anyone and everyone who comes through should be terrifying to all Americans, and he needs to be stopped.
Whoa, what was it? Whoa,
wow.
Whoa.
I'm sorry, he needs to be shot?
Stopped. That's what she was thinking.
Yep.
This is what the left thinks.
Yeah.
But, don't say you're targeting a congressional district if you're a Republican.
Right.
Because then now you're guilty of violent rhetoric. But you could
It's pathetic.
say a former president needs
Is
to
it
be
not?
shot.
The double standard that we've talked about a million times, it's just so pathetic. That's clearly what she had in mind, was that he needs to be shot. Stopped. Shot. Stopped. Stopped by being shot. No, wait. Is that what I was trying to say? Yeah, I think it was, Puddin'. I think it was what you were trying to say.
Comes through should be terrifying to all Americans, and he needs to be stopped.
Whoa.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Again, if that's a Republican talking about a Democrat, can you imagine? All hell breaks loose. Jeez. But these people, they can say whatever they want. Just like vaccine promoter Peter Hotez remains unwilling to agree to a debate, as you mentioned a few minutes ago with Robert Kennedy. But he is fine comparing RFK Jr. to a Holocaust denier.
Oh, yeah, we have the clip if you want that now. Clip 22 is what you're looking for. He went on MSNBC, his safe space. And, this is interesting here. Yeah.
I would say, I don't know if you've agreed to debate or not. My advice is not to, and people might find that surprising because I wrote a book about debate. But I just think there's a time and a place for a debate. I don't think a historian of World War II should debate a Holocaust denier. That's my analogy here. I don't think these debates between experts and cranks do anything other than elevate the cranks.
Well, you're absolutely right. There are certain things you debate. I understand what a debate about 18th century Enlightenment philosophy is and debating Rousseau and Bishop Berkeley. I understand what political debates are. But in science, we don't typically do debates. What we do is we write scientific papers. We present our findings in front of a critical audience of our peers to solicit their input and suggestions. But one doesn't typically debate science, maybe the one-off discussion of evolution versus creationism and that sort of thing, but that's not what we do in science.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. They debate and experiment and test, and they're doing things all the time in science because they're not positive. Because science is continually changing. Read one of Stephen Hawking's books. Either A Brief History of Time or Black Holes, Baby Universes. Read those books. They have evolved in their theories over time, over and over and over and over again. Of course, there's room for debate in science. They don't know everything. In fact, they know very little. They know very little.
The left is all about re-educating those that refuse to fall in line. Just ask a certain Toronto Blue Jays pitcher, and the list goes on and on and on. If you don't get in line with their groupthink,
you're done.
But if you dare to challenge them, if you dare to ask them to defend their stances, oh my gosh, not a chance. Not a chance.
And what is the offer up to for charity? $1.5 million or something?
That's what it was yesterday. I don't know what it stands at now because so many different people have come on board and said, okay. And like
we'll put in another 100,000.
And now we're up to $1.5 million. I don't know what it stands at now. And by the way, I don't know if we'll have time and overtime today, but we have a 5-minute montage that somebody put together of Peter Hotez that shows exactly why the man would not want to get into a debate with Robert Kennedy Jr. on vaccines. Gosh, I don't know what the. I'll have to get back to you on the Rogan debate offer total. RFK.
It'll just never. It will never come to be.
Yeah,
because they don't have the strength of their convictions. They don't have the facts on their side, and there have been so many things that have come to light since the vaccine was originally discussed, and we were told it was safe and effective. And if you took it, you were not going to get COVID-19. And if you got the vaccine, you could not pass it on to anybody. So your grandmother was completely safe. Your grandfather was completely safe. Your neighbors, everywhere you went, you were not spreading that virus.
Can I just say that as I tried to find this updated total on what we're up to as far as the offer for the debate, the search results that mostly come back are this guy, the social media guy, who showed up at Hotez's house on Father's Day to confront him and ask him, hey, why won't you debate on Joe Rogan against RFK? In other words, you give just the slightest bit opening to those on the left. So the story now, the big story is Hotez stalked by RFK supporter. Hotez stalked by because of the Rogan podcast. You're not helping. You're not helping.
No.
When you show up at somebody's house like that. Anyway, so I'm...
No, because you give them that opening. It's just like January 6th. We've got that now forever held over our heads because the right was violent on January 6th. Some people got out of control. It was a small number of people. It's almost never happened before. It hasn't happened since. And because it happened on that day, though, they've got that. They have it to beat us over the head over and over and over again. Don't give them that opening. We got to stay peaceful. It's just like the thousands of Catholics and Christians that showed up at Dodger Stadium over the weekend. Was it Friday night?
Yeah.
When the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence, or whatever they call themselves, performed inside the stadium, and Catholics showed up to protest peacefully outside the stadium. And it was a completely peaceful demonstration. It was awesome. It was people standing up against what was going on inside the stadium, but they did it in the right way. They did it in a way that's not going to come back to haunt us. Nobody can point at that and say, see, these people are completely out of control and psycho. See, these are the people we're telling you about that are the biggest terrorists, domestic terrorists, and the biggest threat we face in this country.
2.62 million now. I was just as of yesterday. Now offered up to a charity of either Hotez or RFK's choice, I guess, right? If there's a debate. But I was trying to add up what I saw here. Joe Rogan put up 100,000 originally. Bill Ackman 150,000. Our own Dave Rubin 100,000. Let's see, at Patrick Bet David, I don't know who that is. 100,000. Stephen Kirsch 100,000. Jason Howerton, former Blaze 50,000. I mean, so all these individuals are adding it on, and we're up to 2.6 million. What's wrong, Peter?
Put me down for 100 cents. Put me down. Go ahead. Jot it down.
I'll do 200 cents.
All right.
Yeah, what about that?
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Got a few tweets here to share. Johnny I-95 is alive. Tweets. KJP wasn't wrong when she said Joey was the best communicator in the White House. Oh, because she's so terrible. She's so bad. Man, I don't know. It's pretty close. It's pretty close. There's got to be an intern or somebody in the White House that can communicate better than either one of them. Quick, fast delegation. Most people don't refer to past events as if they're going to occur in the future. It's just one of Joe's many charms that make him so darn endearing. Yeah. Abyss of the suck. Blinken's body language in the photo with Xi looks so unnatural. It's as if a steel rod held its posture. America has been handed over to the Communist China Party by our own corrupt government.
Yeah, that was an awkward photo.
Yeah.
Didn't care for it.
Yeah. James tweets, you missed the best part, Keith. RFK Jr. and the other guy are both Democrats. Yeah. It's two Democrats that won't debate each other. Yeah, that's great. I do love that.
Yeah.
It's fun when liberals eat their own. We've always enjoyed that. The Titanic search, the sub that goes down and takes people to see the Titanic that's lost now.
Oh, jeez.
Maybe in 13,000 feet of water. This would be the deepest underwater rescue of all time.
Oh, my gosh, man. 13,000 feet.
And they've got enough air, we think, until Friday, right? Isn't that what?
Yeah, yesterday was at 96, so do the math. I think that gets us sometime Friday. That is not good. They're the guys in this little sub. Can we go to the next picture? So it's controlled by a PlayStation controller, or Sega or Nintendo or whatever that is. I mean,
that's what it looks like, right?
Yeah.
Is it literally?
I don't know. It's like a modified.
Can't be literally a PlayStation joystick.
That's what is that, Chris? What console is that from?
That's Saga, I think.
Yeah, that's Sega. Yeah.
Genesis.
Yeah, I thought it was Sega Genesis, man. Oh,
there
give
it
me
is.
some NHLPA 95.
Come on now.
So that's what your life is. Well,
plus you can't get out from the inside, right?
Right. So somebody posted an excerpt from an article. What's the next one, please? Read that.
He added that because the passengers are sealed inside the vessel by bolts applied from the outside, there's no way to escape, even if you rise to the surface by yourself. You cannot get out of the sub without a crew on the outside letting you out. Wow. Geez.
Insane. I would never agree. I don't care what kind of artifacts are down there.
Yeah, I don't
Not a chance in hell I'm getting in that thing.
Nope. No, thank you.
If I don't have the ability to get out, oh my gosh.
No, thank you. No. I got to do an MRI today, and it's one of those closed MRIs for like 45 minutes. I don't know whether I can even do that. I'm so claustrophobic. I could not get into a little sub like that, knowing that there's no escape unless somebody lets me out. No way could I do that.
Have you been to this MRI place before?
Yeah, but not for a long time.
Okay. Because I get a lot of MRIs. I injure myself a lot. I love the places where you can pick the album you're listening to, right?
Oh.
You ever been to those?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, because sometimes you get... So there's three different options here. There's the one where they just put you in and you're like, pick a genre, and you have no idea what you're going to get, and you're just stuck there, right? And then the other one, you get to pick your album. Then the terrible ones are where you just literally just lay there in silence and just hear...
Yeah, it's very loud. Very, very loud.
All these... Every sound a machine makes happens during an MRI.
Yes. And you're trapped in this teeny little tunnel.
Don't you dare move.
Don't move.
But my back...
You're going to ruin it.
No, my back.
Right. So, yeah, it'll be... I can't wait.
All right. Well, good luck today.
I'm not getting into a sub like that.
No!
Ever. Not ever. I mean, forget about the fact that there's only 96 hours worth of air if anything goes wrong. I just the closed-in space I couldn't do.
See, I'm not generally claustrophobic. I think if I got inside a submarine, I would soon discover I'm claustrophobic.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, one like that?
Oh, no, especially one like that.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
You know what? I'll look at the pictures on television that you show me from the Titanic. That's going to be plenty for me.
I mean, the artifacts down there can't be worth that kind of risk.
No.
And by the way, it just got brought up to my attention that you paid $250,000 to go down there.
What? To look? Just to look. I don't even get to take home a souvenir?
No, just to look, to dive and see the world's most famous shipwreck is $250,000.
No.
What a waste of money when you see the same thing on TV afterwards.
Okay.
Wow.
Quick question.
Jeez.
So did they just did we know, did they just lose contact with them? Did they not come up when they were supposed to? How do we know that they're missing? That I haven't even heard.
Because they haven't come back up yet, right?
They were due
They
back.
didn't show up. They were due. They did not show
They
up.
were due back up. But I don't know that they've talked to him. Do they know they're alive for
Nope,
sure?
no contact.
Don't even know that.
This is not good.
Yeah, that's not good. Jeez. Be one thing if you knew they were alive, you knew where they were, just go get them. We could probably handle that. But when you don't know where they are, that's tough. That makes it really hard. All right, 888-900-3393. Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Something else we can worry about is AI spinning completely out of control. That's another one of the issues that we're dealing with right now.
Isn't
And it's a fun one.
2023 fun?
It's fun. It's just plain fun. We've got this DJ Ashley explaining AI.
All right. So Ashley's a DJ.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see what's happening.
And
Today I go from just Ashley to AI Ashley on Live 95.5.
Live 95.5.
So let's see how close the AI sounds to me.
All right.
Today I go from just Ashley to AI Ashley on Live 95.5. Let's see how close the AI sounds to me.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Well, it just recorded her
sounds like me.
voice.
I guess I have the day off.
Okay.
Wow.
Let's see.
All right. So that was DJ Ashley.
DJ Ashley on Live 95.5.
And then the AI Ashley goes on the air with the Taylor Swift winner.
It's AI
Oh? What happened? All right. That's AI.
It's AI Ashley calling her first Taylor Swift winner.
Calling.
So this is the AI doing this, not Ashley, right?
Who's this? It's AI Ashley from Live 95.5. What's your name?
This is Lisa.
Hi, Lisa. Where are you from?
Salem, Oregon.
Do you have any idea why I might be calling you today?
The only thing I can think of is Taylor Swift.
Did you text in to win the tickets?
Yes.
It looks like you got every keyword on Friday.
I tried really hard.
Well, that's why I'm calling today.
Stop it.
Lisa, you won.
Stop it. Oh,
Stop
my God. No way.
Yes way. You're going to see Taylor Swift.
Oh, my God. That's amazing.
And not only that, we're going to send you some merch from the Taylor Swift and Fearless era to
Sounds
wear to
real,
the
right?
show.
Yep.
But I'm so excited.
Do you know who your plus one is going to be?
My granddaughter.
Is she a big Swiftie?
Yep. Huge.
We hope you two have so much fun.
Oh, boy.
That is really something.
Okay, so
if the AI did all of that on its own,
yeah,
that's incredible.
Because
that's incredible.
We were talking during the break, and I said,
Wow.
okay, look, she just recorded her. It just mimicked her, right? In the first example.
Right.
And so I was thinking that it was just going to do the same thing. Ashley, the real Ashley, called the winner, and now we're just going to listen to the AI version of that. But
no.
If it's accurate, the way they set it up
that was AI coming up with all those things to say back to the
reacting
listener.
in real time to the lady on the phone.
Yes.
Okay, now I'm scared.
Now that's crazy.
Now I don't like it.
That's crazy.
Now I don't like it.
If you're a station manager,
oh boy,
are you going to continue to pay?
Oh.
I don't know what they make it, 95.5. I don't know what city that is.
Gosh.
But are you going to pay a DJ $50,000 a year, or are you going to get an AI and pay them nothing?
So let me
Portland. Okay, so
Portland. Okay,
50,
nobody
100,
wants to.
maybe.
See, you
at
need
the
AI
most.
in Portland. Nobody wants to commute into that town.
Wow, jeez.
Risk their life. Okay, can I just pull back the curtain just a little bit here on your local radio station? It's probably your favorite station is probably in a building with about 5 other stations there in the city. Different.
At least 5.
Right. Different formats.
Mm-hmm.
You got the news talk down the hall. You got the light rock, classic rock, blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
And on the weekends, let's say, you might have one guy up there, You have the DJ. By the way, the DJ that you hear on Saturday afternoon, he recorded that Friday at 4:00 so he could beat traffic.
And if you live in a smaller market, a DJ in Los Angeles recorded it for about 15 or 20 or 30 different markets.
Yes.
And it's not even somebody in your area who did it.
Somebody at their house.
And they just put it in the computer, and then it just does all that.
And so the one weekend guy is up there making sure that all of the stations are time synced and all the spots are playing at the right time. And let's make sure that this DJ interjection is here at the right time, because you'd hate him to say, you don't want him to go, oh, it's 2:00. When it's 4:00, so you make sure that everything's in order and going to play at the right time. You don't even need that if you got the AI running the ship.
Nope.
Oh, help.
Nope.
Help.
I mean, already radio has changed so much since I got into it, and it's there's so many fewer jobs than there used to be.
Yeah.
But this would eliminate all the rest.
Overnights used to be a training ground for people getting their feet wet.
Yep.
My first major market job was running the board overnights for Coast to Coast AM in Atlanta. And it was during our belt. And I could experiment and, crossfades here, do all sorts of fun stuff, right? It's completely automated now. So if I drive it, I listen to Coast AM. I know when this thing's going to screw up because the PD hasn't taken 5 seconds to listen to his station. Wake up sometime, dude, because this is going to happen here because no one is there. It's just rolling, and it's got its whatever bugs are in the log.
Yeah.
This is going to eliminate even more jobs during the day.
Yes. Yes, it will.
We've gone from having to have someone there around the clock
to not having to have anybody there.
To having somebody babysit the thing, to now nobody is there, and now even fewer are going to be there now associated with the station. I mean, everything's going to be AI.
Yep.
Everything.
Wow.
Is going to be AI. You'll never know if you're dealing with a person or a computer.
That's really chilling.
Yeah, it is.
That is really something.
Now, if we get a follow-up that says that she just recorded that, then we'll take back everything.
Now that's different. If that's just her and she recorded it and says it's the AI...
Yeah, then we're going to breathe, exhale a little bit.
Right, and that's kind of what I hope happened.
I know, somebody tell us.
Oh, man. All right, if you're struggling with stiff or aching joints and you're tired of letting this discomfort steal the joy and freedom from your life, here's a natural solution that you're going to love. It's called Joint Support by Pure Health Research. Stuff is amazing. It contains 7 of Mother Nature's best superfoods for supporting comfortable, healthy, and flexible joints. It even promotes healthy cartilage growth, too. All it takes is 1 small capsule of Joint Support every day to start feeling positive effects on your joint health. And because you listen to this show, you can try Joint Support risk-free today and get a 30-day supply of omega-3 when you take advantage of this special offer. Promotes joint lubrication, makes it easier to move in comfort. You're also getting 2 free ebooks so you can learn more about joint health. Head over to getjointhelp.com/pad to order Joint Support and claim your free bottle of omega-3 while supplies last. That's getjointhelp.com/pad.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
So, Planned Parenthood has a special message for Pride Month.
Oh, I like special messages.
Yeah, I do too. They tweeted out labeling abortion as only women's rights or as a woman's issue erases the experiences and identities of queer, non-binary, and trans folks who also have abortions.
Oh, look, that's cute. See?
And it downplays the additional barriers they face when accessing care, abortion access.
Look at this.
It affects us all.
Don't you like this? This is cute. See, right here. You got everybody can get an abortion. Even dudes. Even dudes can get an abortion.
No, that's not true. If you look like a dude but you're getting an abortion, you're actually a woman.
Sarah Berwick responded with, talking to Planned Parenthood, You literally said it was a women's issue for decades.
Yeah.
Only women can get pregnant. This has not changed and will never change.
That's so great.
Yeah.
To point that out, by the way.
Yeah, and our own Pat Head, Blue Check, she said that, so Planned Parenthood has no issue erasing pregnant women or aborting both straight and gay kids. Got it. It's all about the money. It sure is, man.
Wow.
What an evil organization.
Oh, my gosh.
I would love it. Okay, hold on.
Conceived in evil, and they continue to wallow in the evil.
You talk
all these
about
years later.
An organization that has followed their mission statement to a T all these years. I want some dude to go into Planned Parenthood with cameras rolling, be like, yeah, I'm here to get an abortion. And they're clearly a dude. and you could just say, hey, I've got your tweet here. It says...
Right.
Abortion
says
access
I could have
for
an
all.
abortion. So
is it abortion access for all, or are you going to discriminate and kick me out? This world is insane.
It is. It's asinine because you're denying biology, you're denying science, and it was they who would accuse the right on a regular basis of denying science. And they are the biggest science deniers. I've never seen anything like it now.
I know, man.
I've never seen anything like it.
It's insane. Hey, we were talking about AI just a moment ago. We never talked about the military operation. They were doing some training exercise and stuff, and the AI killed its operator because it was, trained to take out where the, I don't know, it was trained to take out wherever the threat was. And so it was Skynet effectively from Terminator.
Really?
So it killed its operator during the course of this training exercise. I don't think we're quite there yet. Let's make sure if this thing is going to be completely unleashed on us, can we make sure that we get all the bugs worked out first?
No, we're not going to.
Let's get the inflection.
We're not going to.
Let's get the inflection over at the radio station, and let's get the AI that won't kill the drone operator during military exercises. And also, AI, Pat, you're going to love this. AI is going to rewrite the Bible for us and other religious texts.
Oh, is it?
This is not going to end well at all.
That's great.
Got to rewrite it with AI.
Jeez. There will be people worshiping AI soon.
Oh, yeah.
That will happen. It'll become a thing. 888-900-3393. War Pat Gray Unleashed coming up.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Pat Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Welcome. Great to have you with us. 888-900-3393. Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Got some tweets here. The deplorable Mr. Jackwagon tweets, excuse me, all science has been settled for quite some time. Now, if you excuse me, it's time for my leech bloodletting treatment. Thank you. Yep, that's right. That's exactly the way it's gone, right? I mean, that's what killed George Washington, by the way.
It is, man.
So
draining his blood.
Yeah. So we've come a long way since then. What if we stopped debating science back then? What would have happened? What if we stopped it when we thought Piltdown Man was the missing link? What if we would have stopped there? Jeez.
You can't let that Piltdown Man
go. I can't let it go. No, I can't let it go.
Explain to people that may not know what Piltdown Man is.
It's a massive hoax that lasted for 41 years where they thought they found the missing link. They thought they found the...
That would prove evolution.
Yeah, that would prove evolution. It was the link between humans and apes, and turns out it was fabricated.
Complete lie.
It was a complete hoax. And part of it was even plastic. And they still didn't find out for over 40 years. Yeah, it wasn't even that good.
Oh, God.
Unbelievable.
But trust the scientists
Trust
among
the
us.
science.
Yes.
Trust the science. Jeffy's Bionic Man Unit tweets, hey, Peter Hotez, what are experiments if not debates in physical form? Man Snoops tweets, is there any way to make an AI that can drive a truck and deliver propane for me? I can do whatever I want while AI is making me money. From Shadow, Pat, check out Spotify AI DJ.
Whoa, really?
Yeah, that sounds pretty real.
Uh-oh.
Spotify AI DJ.
I'm looking right now.
Okay. We'll check into that. From Jimmy Dimples, if the Blaze ever dumps Pat or Keith for AI, they can go find AI to replace me and my subscription, too. Just saying. Nice.
That's nice of you.
Appreciate that. And we got Stephen Hess. How do we know Jeffy is not AI?
Does AI take up half a room? That's probably a good indicator.
Yeah, probably.
I can't find AI DJ on Spotify.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm kind of bummed because I really want to try this out.
Yeah, maybe send us some directions. How do we do it? How do we find it?
Help.
Remember when late night television was actually funny? Yeah, me neither. It's pretty hard to remember when those network comedians actually made you laugh. Well, here at Blaze TV, we're bringing late night back with the release of our new show, Normal World. Join comedians Dave Landau and Quarter Black Garrett tonight, 10 p.m. Eastern, as they reinvent late night TV using topical sketches, comedic conversations on the latest political and social news, and even musical guests. Blaze TV, it's rescuing comedy from the humorless left. So join us tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern, so that'd be 9 Central. Head over to youtube.com at Normal World and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on the fun.
I'm really looking forward to this. Big fan of Dave's. Okay, so Joe just sent me this. Spotify debuts new AI DJ right in your pocket. So we'll have to try this out and report back.
Yeah. All right.
This is going to be fun. AI DJ.
Okay. Looking forward to that. Also, Hilary Kennedy will be in here to talk about UFC and Conor McGregor and the rape allegations in about half an hour. So join us for that. Don't miss Hillary. She's a big UFC fan. She loves the blood and guts.
It's going to test her loyalty.
Yeah, she's a big Conor McGregor fan. And I don't know. There's no way around, apparently, the fact that he was with the girl, right? Because
what it feels like, yeah.
Yeah. But was it consensual? That seems to be the question.
Yeah, there's been a lot that's come out in the last 72 hours to update that original claim. So
okay, we'll get into all of that. William in South Carolina. Hi, you're on the Blaze. Welcome.
Good morning, Pat.
Morning.
Keith. The best part of waking up
is Folgers in your cup.
Show.
Yeah. Oh, great.
I know, your
great.
show.
That's even
It's
better.
awesome.
That doesn't rhyme.
Thanks, William. Appreciate it.
If common sense was a superpower, you guys are off the chart.
Thank you.
Have you guys figured out the Kamala Harris brain twister about the things we can do in the future, or unburdened by the past?
Yeah.
No, have you figured it out?
What was the quote exactly? Hold on. What was it? Unburdened by.
Yeah, unburdened by the past. Anything we want to do in the future is unburdened by what we do in the past. So if you want to change the election laws, say, to where anybody can vote, even dogs and cats. So we'll just go ahead and change the law and change the states, and then anybody can vote. So that's her thing is this ultra progressive, where any law like a marijuana law or murder laws or anything like that, we can just change them and say, okay, it's totally legal now. Everybody can do anything they want to do. So that's pretty much the way I deciphered it.
No, I think you're probably right.
Chaos.
I think you're probably right. Appreciate it. Thanks a lot for that perspective.
Oh, you got it.
William, it also reminds me of this.
And Barack knows that we are going to have to make sacrifices. We're going to have to change our conversation.
Right.
We're going to have to change our traditions, our history. We're going to have to move into a different place.
Yeah, we're unburdened by the traditions and the conversations of the past, completely unburdened by it. So we're just creating a whole new future based on nothing we've done in the past. That's what they want, because they want to change America completely.
Oh, and they're doing such a great job at it.
I think of this moment as a moment that is about great momentum, inspired by, yes, optimism, inspired by a crisis, no doubt, but inspired by also our collective ability to see what can be unburdened by what has been.
What has been, yeah, what can be
see
unburdened.
what can be unburdened by what has been.
I mean,
there you go.
Heartbeat away from that brilliance taking over.
And it's also reminiscent of this.
We are 5 days away from fundamentally transforming the United States of America.
They're doing it all. They're doing it all. They're fundamentally transforming us. You don't fundamentally transform something that you love, which shows how they feel about this country. They hate it, and they want to completely change it. They want to change the history. They want to change the conversation. They want to change the traditions. And we're completely unburdened by the past. Okay.
I have gone back to 2008 in my mind much more than I should. And do you think that if Ron Paul had been the nominee, would he have even been able to stop Barack Obama? That train was unstoppable.
I don't think so. If he was the Republican nominee?
Correct, instead of McCain.
No, I don't think so. I don't think there was anybody that could have stopped him.
Yeah, I just think Obama was inevitable.
Yeah, he was.
Ugh.
Because it was that merger of history and person. I mean, he presented himself as a moderate at the beginning, and turned out that was completely not the case, of course. But he was going to be the guy that transformed the Democrat Party, and he was going to bring everybody together. Interesting.
I wonder what
did the exact opposite.
You know, one thing I have failed to do, and I am not in any circumstance suggesting that John McCain would have been a good president. So don't hear what I'm not saying. Yeah, look at this. So before the financial collapse in September, at least this poll right here, this Gallup poll, USA Today Gallup poll, this is Labor Day. McCain was up 4 over Obama.
Oh, man. On Labor Day, he was up by 4.
Yeah.
Jeez. Wow.
So, again, this isn't an endorsement of John McCain in any case in point.
I mean, he was terrible.
It's just saying, hey, look, close to keeping Obama out of there from fundamentally transforming this nation.
You remember what derailed him, though, was
the Soros plan to collapse our economy?
Well, there was that, but there was also the 100-year comment. We might be in Iraq for 100 years.
Yeah.
Not saying that we wanted us to be or we would be, but it could happen. But it was nobody wanted to be in Iraq for 100 years. And I think that really hurt him. I think it really did. Also, Pennsylvania's biggest coal plant, Homer City, going to shut down in July.
Uh-oh.
Oh, good.
That doesn't sound good at all.
That's great, because it's coal, Keith, and coal is dirty, filthy, nasty stuff.
So a week and a half left of this coal-fired power plant there in Pennsylvania. Good. Okay.
Right.
Well, make the most of this next 10 days.
And remember this reminds me of another Obama comment.
So if somebody wants to build a coal power plant, they can.
Yeah.
It's just that it will bankrupt them because they're going to be charged a huge sum for all that greenhouse gas that's being emitted.
Oh, okay. All right.
Whatever happened to that guy?
Oh, man. Well, he's still in the same place. Yeah, just pushing behind the scenes now.
Third term.
That's all. Third term. So next month, the largest coal plant in Pennsylvania will shut down. The Homer City Generating Station in Indiana County, Pennsylvania, will cease producing power July 1st. For decades, 1,800 megawatt plant ran almost continuously, but in recent years, it became less competitive with new combined cycle natural gas power plants.
Oh, good.
Last year, the plant ran only 20% of the time, down from 82% in 2005. Like the country in general, coal used to be Pennsylvania's dominant source of electricity, but the shale gas revolution, brought about by hydraulic fracturing, changed all that. Starting next month, Pennsylvania will have 5 coal-burning power plants left, and all of them are scheduled to be shut down or converted to gas by 2028. Everything's fine. Don't worry about it. That's going to go really well.
This is the WEF plan for the world, right?
Yeah.
You take away our quality of life, and you institute these ridiculous mandates and stuff. Now, what that is there in your hand is, I thought this was interesting. For the first time ever, one of these invitations to the World Economic Forum from Klaus Schwab himself was delivered to a world leader, has been made public. And I thought, you know what? This would be a fun little letter to read, huh? From Klaus Schwab to, who is it? The head guy of the Netherlands or something?
Mark Rutte?
Sure.
Prime Minister of the Netherlands.
Yeah. What is that highlighted stuff right there? Underpinning.
This was dated October 21st, 2020.
Okay.
Dear Prime Minister.
Okay.
I'm pleased to invite you to the World Economic Forum Annual Meeting 2021, which will take place in Lucerne, Bergenstock, Switzerland, starting on Tuesday evening, 18th of May, and ending in the evening of Friday, May 21st, 2021. This annual meeting will be the first opportunity for leaders from government and business to come together and design a common recovery path and rebuild a more resilient, cohesive, and sustainable society.
This is where they go get their marching orders for their own individual countries.
Yep. Underpinning it will be the process of the Great Reset.
Hey-o!
Oh, my gosh.
Hey-o!
That conspiracy theorist Glenn Beck has been talking about this. Why would you even bring that up? What a buffoon.
Come on now.
He is for talking about the Great Reset. By the way, book 2 in that series comes out. Is it next week? I think it's next week.
Oh, yeah, it's soon.
Yeah, it's coming up right away. So the Great Reset, an unprecedented mobilization of actionable ideas from the forum's action groups, platforms, and other initiatives to shape the post-COVID-19 world. The forum will limit participation in the event to ensure its community spirit.
In other words, no outside forces. You're in an exclusive club, bro.
Man, participants in Lucerne Bergenstock will connect with a network of 400 hubs around the world, providing the opportunity for dialogue with the forum's global shapers and ensuring openness and inclusion.
Oh, that's good. You got to have that.
The annual meeting will only take place if the forum can guarantee the health and safety of participants and the host community.
Okay, COVID time.
In view of the leading role the Netherlands has taken in steering Europe's recovery efforts and the future of Europe, your perspectives on building the Great Reset at a global level with the international community would be highly appreciated. The forum will be in contact with your office to ensure that your participation in the annual meeting 2021 is productive.
Okay.
Sincerely, blah, blah, blah. That's something else. Wow. There it is. Not only did he mention it, he mentioned it twice, the Great Reset. But don't worry about it. That's just a conspiracy theory.
Exactly.
It's just nonsense from the right.
Yes.
Those kooks. Oh, boy. All right. Every day, the parallel economy grows bigger and bigger. It's powered by everyday Americans who are sick and tired of all the woke propaganda being jammed into every product they consume. Big mobile companies are no different. For years, they've been dumping millions into leftist causes. And we just had to take it because, well, you need a cell phone, right? And you probably thought there was no alternative, but there is. Patriot Mobile, it's America's only Christian conservative wireless provider. They offer dependable nationwide coverage on all 3 major networks, so you get the best possible service in your area without the woke politics. Plus, their 100% U.S.-based customer service team makes switching really easy. You can keep your phone. You can keep your number, too. Just go to patriotmobile.com/Pat or call 878-PATRIOT. Get free activation today when you use the offer code PAT. patriotmobile.com/Pat or 878-PATRIOT.
You're listening to Pat Gray Unleashed.
right. While reading the Klaus Schwab letter to the Prime Minister of the Netherlands, mentioned that, where he mentions the Great Reset, which is just conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
Except that that's exactly what Klaus Schwab calls it twice in the letter to the Prime Minister of the Netherlands. Anyway, the second book in the series of the Great Reset, Dark Future, debuts July 11th. So be watching for that. I think this is our meatiest book ever. 430 pages. And then maybe 80 or 90 pages of notes, footnotes of where we get all the information. So
you got a few weeks you could catch up if you want to read the first book,
yes.
The Great Reset by Glenn Beck.
Exactly.
And then this one comes out, July 11th?
July 11th. Okay? Watch for it. All right, Oscars voters slamming Hollywood inclusion standards.
I love it. What did you say earlier? Liberals eating their own?
Love it. There's nothing better, really.
Yeah.
And the new diversity rules are starting to create a little bit of a problem for some people. Legendary actor Richard Dreyfuss, whom Glenn spoke to not too long ago, actually. He was in this building. He condemned Hollywood's new inclusivity standards in strong terms during a recent interview, claiming they make him vomit. The Academy Awards are facing much criticism after implementing new diversity and inclusion guidelines for 2024. The guidelines must be adhered to by any film in the running for a Best Picture Oscar. Oh, my gosh. You've got to be kidding me.
So stupid.
Several voting members sounded the alarm after the Academy Awards released its Aperture 2025 initiative, a sweeping set of regulations designed to make Hollywood more equitable and diverse.
Oh, good.
Is that even possible? Can you make it more so? It's completely ridiculous, one director said in an interview with The Post. I'm for diversity, but to make you cast certain types of people if you want to get nominated, that makes the whole process contrived. Right. The person who is right for the part should get the part. Why should you be limited in your choices? But it's the world we're in. This is crazy. Yeah. Beginning in 2024, film producers and directors will be required to submit to the Academy a dossier of the sort that points to the race, gender, sexual orientation, and disability status of their film's cast and crew members. According to the media outlet, one of Hollywood's biggest producers also chimed in about the new diversity rules and noted that very few people in the industry favor the guidelines. However, they failed to speak out about the topic out of fear of cancel culture. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And that's why nothing changes.
I tell you, if you truly want to diversify Hollywood, maybe you could employ less rapists and pedophiles. Seems like they have plenty right now.
Yeah, you could take a little more time off from raping each other. That would be helpful, wouldn't it? That would be helpful.
Mm-hmm. It'd be different, too.
It'd be different. It would be helpful. It would be nice, I think, for all concerned. There's another big, was it Masterson? What's that guy's name that was in that 70s show, I think?
Danny Masterson.
Yeah, Danny Masterson. He's being accused of rape.
I think he was found guilty.
And he was, that's right. He was more than confused. He was, more than accused.
Uh-huh.
He was found guilty and was it 20 years?
How long is he going on?
Or maybe they haven't decided on a sentence
life
yet.
Sentence? Yeah, that's right. That's what it is. So he could get 30 years to life.
Oof.
So a minimum of 30 years?
So I guess Scientology was kind of caught up in that whole thing.
Oh, was it really?
Yeah.
I have not really followed it, just the headlines.
Yeah, I didn't really either until the very end. But he's a Scientologist, and so were the girls he apparently raped.
I see.
And so the church, they say, very much discouraged them from speaking out. They said, well, let's handle that inside, the church. We'll handle that. We'll punish him. Don't go to the authorities. And so apparently, I think that worked for a while, but not forever, obviously, because he just got convicted.
Mm-hmm.
But also, AMC has pulled a documentary featuring detransitioners from theaters because of pressure.
What have we said? The theme of today is the left does not want the debate. They don't want to be exposed, man.
They can't take the debate. They don't want the debate because they can never win the debate.
Yep.
They can't win it. So the documentary featuring the journey of several of these trans people who have detransitioned, scheduled to hit the big screen this week, was scrapped by AMC after activists mounted a pressure campaign to stop the movie's screening. This was not done by conservatives. This was done by liberals. This was a movie done by liberals. The major movie theater chain canceled the showings of No Way Back, the reality of gender-affirming care. But the producers of the film are claiming AMC caved to the demands of a transgender advocacy group called Queer Trans Project. The documentary was scheduled to be released in select theaters June 21st for 1 day. They couldn't even do it for 1 day.
Terrified of the truth being out there.
Wow. I think it's incredibly dangerous to set this precedent of suppressing free speech, suppressing viewpoints that basically are just unpopular or difficult to deal with. The 90-minute film claims to feature the stories of detransitioners as well as a dozen experts in related fields. Press materials for the film say it examines the risks and long-term implications of gender-affirming medication.
Wait, there's risks? I thought it just made your life perfect.
Right.
When you lop off your parts?
It saves lives.
Right.
Keith?
Right.
Yeah. These puberty blockers save lives. Lopping off people's body parts?
Saves lives.
Saves lives. Yeah. People are super happy after all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Wonder
great.
how happy AMC is going to be to see they're affected by this.
Right.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
Oh. And welcome. We're joined by Hilary Kennedy from the 4-Minute Buzz and, of course, HilaryKennedy.com.
Thank you. Glad to be back.
Great to have you.
One L.
Yes, Hillary with one L.
Thank you.
I don't want to be confused with the other Hillary.
No, you do not. So you are a big UFC fan, a big Conor McGregor fan, and, of course, he's in the news pretty prominently right now. And not in necessarily a good way.
No, Conor, why? I love him so much. But yeah, and this isn't the first time that he's had these sorts of accusations, but he's been accused of sexual assault. Recently, he was at the NBA Finals game in Miami, and he was seen partying with a woman after the game. And apparently he emerges from a restroom, grabs her by the hand, brings her into the restroom, which she willingly follows him in there.
Mm-hmm.
His security,
there's video of that if you haven't seen it.
Yes.
So that's how we know that.
His security, some of them seem to follow them into the restroom, some are outside the restroom. Anyway, she accuses him of sexual assault and says that took place in the restroom, that she was able to elbow him enough to escape and leave. But then another video emerged where you see the two of them partying again at a club there after the fact.
Oh, wow.
So it's kind of muddy waters with this story. Her attorney said she did have no less than 6 drinks that night and that she was prepared to escort him back to the Four Seasons Hotel. And I think she thought that's where that was going. Maybe, I don't know. Either way, he says nothing has happened. And he's like, you can tell from these videos that nothing happened. We were still hanging out afterwards. So these allegations are nothing but a shakedown. He says she tried to get him to pay her money because of the incident. And when he refused, then she took it to the media.
So is it correct that she did not approach anybody in the arena for help? She didn't approach a police officer for help. If this had just occurred, she could have run to one of these individuals, right? But
Correct.
Instead, it was 2 days later when she retained an attorney?
She says that she tried, her attorney said that she tried to go to the police the next day and was turned away. And so
was turned away?
I don't know how true that is. The problem is in these sorts of instances, unless you have a rape kit or something like that done immediately after the fact, then it just becomes a he said, she said.
Right.
And it looks really bad if she's sent messages to his WhatsApp number or however she did it asking for money, and then he says no, and then all of a sudden this plays out. But Conor
And
also
is that
should
what happened?
not. Yes,
She did send.
He says that she sent messages and asked or called and asked for money. And he said, no, this is a total shakedown. I'm not paying anybody. Nothing happened. So then he said that's when she went to the media. We don't really know. It's sort of a gray area there. But Conor's fiance, Dee Devlin, they've been together since he was 19 years old.
Yeah, and they have, what, 2 kids?
She's pregnant with their 4th.
Oh,
Okay,
wow.
hold on. How old is he?
Jeez.
Yeah.
How old is Conor?
Well, let's not jump
34,
into marriage,
35.
though. Let's not get crazy.
So I wondered about that because they've got now almost 4 children.
Yeah.
I wondered about that, and I don't know if that is a sort of a calculated business move on his part. They live in Las Vegas. I think they also have a home in Ireland, but if they were to get married and something like this happened and they went through a divorce, how much of a settlement would she get? I don't know if he would demand a prenup after they've been together all this time, but this may be a financial decision on his part.
He knew her
we don't
for
know.
5 years before he joined UFC, I'm seeing.
The problem is he continually finds himself in these situations. So whether or not he's actually doing any of the things he's accused of, at the very least, he's putting himself in compromising positions that opens him up to these sorts of attacks, which is not wise.
When you lead a woman by the hand into a bathroom and, people are watching you. I mean, there's a whole bunch of witnesses there. That's not going to go well.
Okay.
That's not going to go well.
Well, she needed to use the restroom, and I was telling her, well, you can come in here. It's a private bathroom.
Oh, that's what happened.
Right. But not very many people are going to.
Hold on. Hilary Kennedy, Conor McGregor apologist, you're on the stand. Conor finds himself in these positions. Do you mean puts himself in these positions?
Puts himself in these positions.
Okay, and can we also revisit the whole he didn't get married? Maybe it's a business decision. Oh, come on, man.
I'm not saying that's right or wrong. I'm just saying I think that could be a reason why he has chosen not to marry her. I will say this.
It could be.
When she flew to New York to be by his side, like the day after, or shortly after these
by his
allegations.
side or slap him in the face?
No, well, they posted photos to Instagram. She's giving him a foot massage. He's surrounded by his children
After
on
the
Father's
fact?
Day. Yes.
This is over the top.
Now, when she arrived in New York to be with him, it looked as if she might be wearing some new jewelry. So,
the Kobe Bryant treatment.
So you never know. Yeah.
Oh,
so
man.
you never know. But in any case, she has stuck by him. She's all in on this. But he was accused of this same thing in 2019 of alleged sexual assault of a woman in a Dublin hotel. Then in October of 2019, so not that long later, the police received another complaint against him from a woman who said he'd sexually assaulted her in a car outside of a Dublin pub.
Oh, wow. I didn't know about these.
So, yes.
Did you, Keith?
No.
Have you heard these?
No,
I haven't heard these.
No, but I'm sensing a common thread.
Yeah,
here.
there seems to be.
Who's the common denominator in all of these?
I know. But again, when you're a professional athlete.
Here we go. You're a target. I got it.
You are a target.
I got it.
True.
So
Have
I'm not
you
saying
applied
that
for the PR position for Conor McGregor Enterprises?
I think with most of these athletes, and when you've got the kind of money that he has, I think people start to think they're above any of those things or getting caught. And but the other Conor McGregor news, so he is on The Ultimate Fighter, the TV show, and he's a coach, and Michael Chandler's a coach, and it's supposed to culminate in this fight between the two of them at a UFC event later this year. Conor still has not taken the drug test that he needs to take in order for them to be able to fight before the end of the year.
All right,
so a lot of people are saying, well, a lot of people are saying it's not going to happen. He has been taking steroids for his injury. He had a pretty bad injury from his last fight. So
he broke his leg, right?
Right. So
like a
I don't know
compound
if
fracture
that's going
kind
to happen.
of thing. That was with Poirier.
Yes.
Right?
So people are saying this fight with Chandler might not happen. Also, the ratings for the show haven't been what people thought they were going to be. So now a lot of fans are calling for the fight with Chandler to be replaced with someone else like Charles Oliveira. They're like, we need a more exciting fighter. No one cares about Michael Chandler. So I don't know what's going to happen there. But we may or may not see Conor fight again this year. And it's looking more like may not.
Wow. Okay. But he's not retired, right?
No. I mean, he retires every 5 minutes.
Yeah.
But I think when the price is right, it's just he's made so much money that I think that raw hunger to succeed and
hard.
It's it's just not there anymore.
Yeah.
So it's gonna take a really, really interesting fight or something that really goes after his ego for him to do it.
And what's his face? the Russian guy.
Nurmagomedov. Oh,
yes.
I would love to see the two of them again.
He's retired, right?
Yes.
Did he retire unbeaten?
He did.
Wow.
He's a pretty incredible fighter.
Now, that would be a great fight. Part 2 between the two of them.
Agreed. And
I would love to see that.
McGregor Forever, his Netflix series. I started watching
watched it.
It's really good.
It's
and
really
they
good.
show the highlights from that fight and kind of how that all unfolded. So a rematch would be incredible.
And they show the really horrible injury that he suffered against
in slow motion.
Oh my gosh, that is disturbing.
So bad.
For some reason, he moves wrong and breaks his leg, and it's like his leg is then going the wrong way. It's really bad.
I know we're running up against the clock here. Did you have some health tips or food tips, or what was it?
We had this discussion yesterday, and since you've also been going through some health challenges this year, we thought this would be interesting to talk about briefly. But I was reading an article by a metabolism expert, and he said exercise will not help you lose weight. So it's good for your overall health. It will help you live longer.
We're listening.
But it's not actually going to help you
I think he's
lose weight.
Don't you, Keith? I think that's right.
Sit around more. That's the takeaway.
That sounds right.
So he said it's crucial to exercise to maintain overall good health in the long run. It won't help you lose weight. It may reduce your weight for the first 10 months or so, but then you'll return to your original weight even if you stick to your exercise regimen because your body's evolved to have a fixed idea of what your daily energy expenditure should be. And that expenditure returns around to where it started after those 10 months. So no matter what you're doing.
True.
So
you've seen that time after time after time. At least I have.
So calories in and calories out.
Yeah.
So he's basically saying the only way to lose weight is just
eat less.
Eat less. That's it. Now, he said walking is the best thing that you can do, but he did this by studying like other cultures where the people are active all day long, but their weight isn't necessarily that differently from ours. It all depends on their diet.
Look at the physical labor, the intensive way that our ancestors that built this country. Look at how they had to get out in the fields and build their own houses by hand and all that stuff. They can totally understand how, you compared to us, we sit around with these processed foods.
Well, so that's another point he made is our food today. He said it injects a lot of energy, which is calories. And he said it's less filling. That's why we eat more of it. And he thinks that's the root of the obesity problem.
It's probably true.
Oh, yeah. We got on this, didn't we? Because of the video that we played on Overtime yesterday showing you the nutritional value of organic foods compared to these GMO foods. And you're just going, oh, my gosh, you have to eat more because these aren't as healthy for you and don't have all those nutrients that your body needs. So eat more.
Well, since diabetes, I've completely given up processed food. Just don't do it anymore.
That's
because
awesome.
It's not good for you.
And do you feel better overall? Do you feel like it's made a big difference?
Yeah. And plus, I've lost 40 some pounds. So that
and don't forget,
helps.
The biggest takeaway from this conversation is sit around more
and sit around and lay around more. Yeah. Don't exercise because it's bad for you.
Exercise is good for your mental health. It will help you live longer. He's just saying it won't help you lose weight.
Thank you, Hilary.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
We'll be watching for you on the 4-Minute Buzz coming up in just minutes.
That's right. Thank you so much.
And you can also check her out on HilaryKennedy.com. Just one L.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. All right. 888-727-BECK. No, 888-900-3393. That's going to happen.
You warned us.
2 or 3
You warned
more
us
times.
yesterday. It was going to be happening all week.
Yes, it's going to continue to happen for a while here. All right. If you think you won't need emergency food, think again. The government recently revealed the truth about the coming food shortages. According to the USDA, fully 1/3 of America's annually planted crops won't be harvested this season. Wow. Severe droughts, fertilizer shortages wiped them out. That means food's going to be scarce and it's going to be expensive. Is your family prepared for that? If not, now is the time to stock up on emergency food from our good friends at My Patriot Supply at discount prices. Go to MyPatriotSupply.com. You'll save big on each 4-week emergency food kit you need for your family. You'll get breakfast, lunch, dinners, drinks, snacks that will keep you going strong. Best of all, this food is actually delicious. Your whole family will love it. You don't have to, think, oh, okay, if I have to, I'll eat a stick. No, you don't have to do that because it's delicious food. Act now to save big on each of these 4-week kits that you need in your family. MyPatriotSupply.com. Get free shipping right now, too. You'll never forgive yourself if you let your family suffer. Go to MyPatriotSupply.com.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
Tell you another thing as far as health-wise, this new, I was just watching a commercial a little while ago for Ozempic. There's something just like it that I just started taking a few weeks ago. Like 3 weeks ago, I started taking Mounjaro. Have you ever heard of that?
Yeah, I have heard of it.
Yeah. Because of that, I take 1 injection a week. 1. And I'm completely off all insulin now.
Good for you.
Yeah, I don't know if it works that way for everybody.
It does. According to the studies, it's a one and done.
If I took insulin now, I would be so hypoglycemic. My blood sugar would be so low that I would be in trouble all the time.
That's incredible.
I had to stop taking insulin because of it. It's phenomenal.
So in other words,
rather than being on 4 injections a day before every meal and then at night, I'm on 0 injections of insulin and just the once a week Mounjaro. It's a miracle drug.
How's your blood sugar monitored?
With this Libre 3.
So you're just constantly
sensor.
So in other words, you take the Mounjaro. So you take that. Let's just hypothetically, let's just say Sunday night, right?
Yep.
And then I guess you're spending the week looking at your phone, checking your level. Oh my gosh, it's Tuesday. Oh, it's Thursday. Oh, it's Saturday. Whatever. And it just keeps registering in that good zone.
Yep.
From that 1 injection.
Exactly.
Incredible.
Even after meals.
That is unreal.
I have a question because I'm seeing online that there's something called stinky fingers and fat fingers and
fingers.
And
here's my fingers.
So according to
smell
people,
to me, but...
now these are the ones that are using this drug to lose weight.
Yeah.
They're not the ones that have diabetes. They're getting some side effects of stinky fingers.
That's weird.
They're puking, kind of like they feel like they're going to puke overnight, and their bowels are getting looser while they're sleeping.
Ooh,
any of those side effects?
Honey,
are you registering any of those side effects?
Nope.
No.
I have had a little bit of nausea, but I haven't thrown up. But right after I take the injection, usually there's a day or two there where I might get nauseous after food, because you cannot eat that much afterwards. Otherwise, you will get sick.
So you got a twofer from that drug.
Yeah.
Helping you lose weight and
Yes.
keeping your blood sugar in a good spot.
Yes.
That's incredible, man.
It's amazing. It's a miracle. It changes your life. So ask your doctor about it if you've been diagnosed with diabetes.
Now, are people that want to lose weight able to get a hold of this stuff?
I think
just
they
for
can.
That purpose?
Yes, they
right.
can. Yeah, they can.
Wow.
Even though it hasn't been approved yet, I think they're trying to get it approved for weight loss, but it hasn't been. But doctors are prescribing it for weight loss.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway.
And the problem, too, is that now you have people with diabetes running low on their medicine.
That is
so you
the
got
problem.
so you got the fatties
Yep.
and the diabetics trying to get this one medicine, and it's causing issues, and it's causing internal fighting between doctors that are prescribing as lose weight, not as diabetes.
Right. Which is, that's a problem. Plus, I think it's... fortunately, we have really good insurance here, and it covers it. But I think it's expensive, like really expensive.
And if you don't have it, some doctors are giving coupons, so that's great. I know the doctor by Keller, they're giving coupons for that Mounjaro and then the Ozempic one too. So talk to your doctor.
Yeah, talk to him. Find out about it because it's amazing.
Wow, that's cool.
Seriously,
good for you.
It's been a miracle in my life, and it's not like I had to put up with this for years, like so many diabetics have. I was just putting it up with for a couple of months, and then Mounjaro came into my life, and it changed everything. It's just awesome.
That is cool.
It's awesome. All right. So apparently, Maryland Governor Wes Moore says conservatives are castrating children.
Listen to that hyperbole.
Via book restrictions. Okay, so this is the Florida thing again? Are we still dealing with trying to keep books away, sexual books away from kindergartners through third graders.
Yeah,
that's what this is.
And remember what the left
Unreal.
does. They always accuse the other side
of what they're doing,
of what they're doing, and the left, these radical trans activists, are absolutely castrating children. And listen to this language, and I don't understand the comparison he's trying to make with trans and race. I just don't follow this guy.
Here he is, Maryland Governor Wes Moore.
African American history and literature. Why do you think this has become a passion project of some conservatives?
I continue hearing people making the argument that we're doing it because we want to prevent our students from having discomfort or guilt, because we don't want our students to be able to really wrestle with these really difficult things in times when they're maturing as individuals and difficult historical points. But the thing I realized, and I wanted to speak out about it, is that's actually not true. It's a guise.
It's not about making kids uncomfortable.
It's not about making kids feel uncomfortable.
Isn't it? What is it about, Wes? Tell us.
Telling other kids that they shouldn't understand their own power.
What?
It's castrating them.
Telling African American kids they should not understand their own power.
Castrating
because
them.
If you know your history,
okay,
you know your power. The reason that I know that every single day I can stand in my own skin and I can stand in my own power is because I know my history.
Yeah, right.
I'm humbled by the fact that I come from a long line of visionaries and fighters and educators and activists and people who hoped, who did not know me, but they fought for the hope of me. And by telling me that history is not important, or by telling me that if you teach it to
nobody's saying, what are you talking about? Okay, I can't take it anymore. What the hell is he talking about? What history books have been banned? None! No history books are being banned. What are you talking about? Oh, my gosh. Oh, my.
Can we talk about Wes Moore for a moment, please?
Oh, please.
Wes Moore.
I love the meaningless phrase, I can stand in my own power. What?
I need to watch this guy.
Stand in his own power.
I want to hear from people that live in Maryland who have this guy as their governor, because you need to keep an eye on him. There's some interesting tidbits from his past.
Like running for president? Kind of watching him?
I believe so. Yeah. Because, he talks about being born and raised in Baltimore. There's no evidence. I was reading up on this guy. There's no evidence
that he was born and raised in Baltimore?
That he was born and raised in the city that he claims he was born and raised in.
Really?
There's a news report I saw that says, we couldn't find any evidence.
That's weird.
Where did he come from? Did he just drop out of the sky? Oh,
weird.
Here's another fun fact. His mom worked for George Soros.
Oh, nice. Good. All right.
So let's keep an eye on one Wes Moore, shall we?
Let's do.
Seriously, if you live in Maryland, you got more information on this guy, please enlighten me, because he's one to watch, I'll say.
Smooth talker, too. Smooth talker. He's he sounds reasonable at first, and then he just throws in, these children are being castrated. You're being castrated,
bro,
by not having access to a book. Wow.
You do know. Maybe Wes doesn't know what that means. Maybe that's just it. Maybe it's just a phrase he's picked up somewhere.
Holy
and he's like,
cow.
I'm gonna mix that in here.
Jeez,
bro.
But this is what they're trying to do. They're trying to make us so angry that we will lash out again. It succeeded on January 6th. And they're trying to make it happen again. We can't allow it to happen. It cannot happen again. We got to stay under control, and we have to control our anger, and just lash back at them with logic, reason, and the truth. And the truth is, books are not being banned. Books, you can get a hold of these books anywhere, anytime you want if you're an adult. If you're of age, you can get these books anytime. We're just trying to keep them away from small children, like third graders. That has always been the case, by the way, in this country. There's never been a time in this country where pornography was available to 3-year-olds. That's never been a thing, ever.
ever. May I offer up one more fun fact about Wes Moore, please?
Sure.
So in 2017, he joined this organization called Robin Hood, and George Soros wrote a $50 million check to that charity, one of the biggest checks.
A $50 million check
ever been written by George Soros.
Wow.
I'm telling you. You need to look out for Wes Moore and his connections.
Wow, to George Soros. And by the way, and George Soros' son, who now controls his organization, which is exciting because his son, admittedly, is more political than the dad.
My grandmother, who is about to turn 98, she told me the other day that she used to think that George Soros was the Antichrist. Now she's switching that to his son.
Really? That's not a bad theory, actually.
You're wise, Nana.
It's not bad. All right. We'll see you on Overtime and then back here again. And we'll chew the fat with Jeffy tomorrow as well.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.